All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 9-7. 9-7 is going to be talking about research methods and misleading statistics. This goes along with your lesson 6 for this week. So let's get into this. So a couple things we're going to point out first. This is going to be very vocab heavy and content heavy for a section. So I'm going to try to get through as best I can. And then we will leave room for, if you have questions, you can always reach out to your teacher. But we're going to hit on the key things. So first thing you want to look at, there are methods for gathering data. So there's two types of research you can have. You can have quantitative or qualitative. Quantitative is things that you can count. While qualitative are things that you can't count. So you can't count favorite colors or things of that nature. Okay, so research methods, there's going to be experiments. Experiments are things where the subjects are divided into controlled groups. Your control group is the group that is given the placebo. Placebo meaning the fake treatment. So that's what you want to watch for to see if it's an experiment. So somebody gets a treat. So one group gets a treatment, one group doesn't. The factors of variable controlled by the researchers, often composed of various treatments. So the researcher knows who got the fake treatment, who got the real treatment. So if we're talking about observational studies, the big main thing on this one that you want to make sure you pay attention to is that this one is the one that is, the researcher does not interact. So in this case, this is a hands-off type of study. Okay, so this one, the researcher is not going to have anything to do with it. It's kind of just watching, kind of one of those, those two-sided mirrors where they send kids into a room to see which kids play with which toys, if they're trying to find out which ones are most liked. So the researchers don't do anything. There's nobody in the room with the kids, but they're watching through a two-sided mirror to see who does what. Surveys, these are going to be where people are given questionnaires or interviewed, and their responses are analyzed based on whatever it is that they say. So that's another option. There's not really any key things in that one that you want to look at. It's kind of straightforward. If we are talking sampling methods, this is where it starts to get tricky, and you're checking for bias in this part here. So we are going to be checking for bias. And bias just means, can the data be skewed or be presented in a way that misleads the person who's looking at the data, saying, so are they only presenting you information that is beneficial to the company who's presenting the information, or is only hurtful to the other company that the information is about? So if we're looking at random, so if we want to look at random sampling methods, the researcher randomly chooses subjects from the entire population. If we're talking systematic, these are you're questioning every nth subject. So you're questioning a select set of people. So every nth subject, so like the fifth person who walks into a store. So that's narrowing it down. So you're only questioning people who come into the store, but of the people that come into the store, you're only questioning the fifth person. So that would be systematic sample. So if we're looking for a stratified random sample, then we're talking about dividing the population into groups. So we're going to divide the population into groups. Then we're only choosing representation from each group. So we're not taking the whole group. So it's like saying, here are all the boys, and we're only going to choose 2 boys from that group, boy 1 and boy 2, to represent all the boys in that group.